get a copyright claim on my live because of you.
No, I'm working on it right now.
People are gonna be like, why is she going live again?
When was the last time you went live? I went live yesterday on YouTube.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because you were sleeping. You were so tired.
I was sleeping. I went live on Thursday morning.
We go live a lot between the two of us.
Well, I went live because I was making up for my Wednesday live.
Oh, yeah,
I like to go live, though, if I'm not giving them a video, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more fair. Because, I mean, I could get the video uploaded. I could, realistically.
Mm-hmm.
But it's already like, what, 5 o'clock? Hi, friends.
I don't like how, I don't know if you noticed it, but look at my hair. Like on this side, it's risen, but on this side, it's like a little bit low still.
It's risen.
It's like high up, and on this side, it's not high up. It's really irritating.
Volume. Wash it.
I gotta get it even. That's better. I'm trying
so you're worried about your hair.
It's my OCD, and it's like going crazy right now.
People here in just a minute are gonna be like, they're not worried about your hair. They're more worried about you putting a shirt on.
I can't see it. It's probably better that I can't see it.
It's probably better that you can't see it.
It's my OCD. I just can't look at it. The OCD is going crazy.
If I paid attention to how I look here recently, just the past week alone is like just not good.
You don't even gotta be the best. Just gotta be even.
I'm not even. Look at all these. Look at all this.
Oh, that would drive me nuts, Lovey. Is the little look at the little ring right here? Do you see on this side? No. Right. There's like a little ring on this side. You see that?
Oh, the bump?
No,
ow!
Sorry.
Oh my god!
Look, right, just stay right there. Like, you see the little...
The bump?
The little rings,
this.
essentially?
They're bumps.
Yeah.
Bumps. Bumps. Ellie, you're not shirtless, Jake.
No, I'm shirtless Ellie.
He's shirtless Ellie today.
It's facts.
Sorry, y'all. So I wanted to come live on YouTube today because I'm not going to have a video go up. I was going to... But we've just had such a busy day, and then the boat races are tomorrow, and who hasn't started on our boat? How's your boat looking?
It's looking. It's looking.
Oh, it's looking. It's looking like a pile of cardboard is what it's looking like. He hasn't started yet. He hasn't started at all.
That's not true. I did a little bit yesterday.
What did you do? What did you do? You looked at it?
I brainstormed and I put some tape around some cardboard. I did a little bit.
A little bit. We don't have anything going on as of right now with the boat. So that's what our whole evening is going to be. What else? We have two new friends that we talked about coming. They're going to be coming soon. So
have you talked about it yet?
Not a whole lot.
Not really?
No, I think I mentioned it on one video and you were in the video talking about it. I figured
I have a video coming out soon about our two new friends.
And so we were cleaning out a room for them and getting it all set up. And so that took a while to do. We've got a lot of stuff that we're donating and such, sorting all that, and cleaning and taking care of animals and the heat. Just like last time, wait until last minute and then complained you lost on your cardboard surfboard. That wasn't very nice.
Hey, we should. And that's from a usual nice person.
The Denman homestead is going live in 10 minutes.
I can't believe someone who's normally nice said that. I'm hurt. I'm deeply saddened. No, it's okay.
Well, if the Denman...
But we should have won anyways. We kind of...
You cheated!
Man, but everybody in our families cheated in every contest our whole lives, and they never got disqualified for it. And so I really wasn't intending to cheat. I was just intending to kind of like give myself a fair chance. And then I guess because I don't know why I got disqualified for it. It's okay, though. It's okay.
Anyway, so the reason we made the surfboard, I'm just not going to comment about it.
My idea, it's okay, Crystal, nobody. It's all right. It's not a big deal.
They said live at 6 Central Time.
Live at 6?
What is Central?
Us.
So they're going to be going live at 6?
Yeah, in an hour from now, approximately.
Oh, okay. Somebody said 10 minutes. So if they're Central Time, then they're 6. I just wanted to come on here because I'm not going to have a YouTube video today. I already have a video set up for Facebook that I'll have go live, but I filmed a video this morning and I had like 20 minutes of footage, which I don't know if you know that. I meticulously edit my videos. I watch the edit over and over and over again. And so where it might take him 30 minutes to edit a 20-minute video, it takes me an hour
and 30 minutes to edit
an
a
hour.
20-minute video.
I've been editing it all day. And then I just sat here and I realized, you know, we've got the boat races tomorrow. We're going to have to go to bed early to get up early for that. And so sometimes a video just can't get out, and the heat has been awful today compared to other days this week. I thought I was doing better. I really did. I really thought I was doing better.
You are doing better.
I did good. I did good yesterday until I had the panic attack.
We're doing better, but then just as we're doing better, it starts getting hotter. Mm-hmm. That's really what it is.
Oh, we also have to set up a security system.
Yeah.
You'll probably have a video about that, huh?
Yeah, I'll make some videos about it.
You're gonna have to set
if y'all
that
thought
up.
my idea last year was, let's say, unique or distinctive, then just wait till you see what I got coming this year.
That's the thing. Last year with the surfboard, we weren't intending to cut the rules at all. We just waited until last minute, and then he just thought, well, I'm on it. No one said
we didn't break the rules with the board. The only rule breaking was when I got off and walked with it.
Because it wasn't now.
Yeah,
this year there are rules to prevent him from doing that, because he ended up making the call to have the bodyboard.
Yeah, my dad showed us the rule book, and there was one. It said no boards, and it was obviously
This is
directed
targeted
at me.
him.
Yeah.
So I think the rules you can stand, sit, or kneel. What are you doing?
Standing.
I think you can make it go. I'm not going to say anything, but I think you could make it go faster if you were on your knees.
I haven't finished it yet, but my plan is.
You haven't even started it yet.
My plan is to make
No.
a big. You know, I shouldn't tell him.
I figured you'd make a video about it.
I haven't made a video about it yet, really.
Because you haven't started it yet.
Well, no, not really. I don't know.
Can't make a video if you haven't started.
I'm gonna make a big old ginormous pair of flip flops, and I'm gonna walk on them across the pond. Is my goal.
It will have sides, so it will be a goat. A goat. Oh my gosh.
You okay, Levy? Are you okay? Yeah, I did say it on my live yesterday, so there's a few people here.
A goat.
It'll be a goat.
At least I got the oat right. Goat. What was I looking at? I wasn't looking at. I was looking at what somebody commented, and it was nothing about a goat. It'd be a boat.
Big old pair of flip flops.
We were just outside in the heat, and I guess I'm all still kind of discombobulated from that. At least taught me how to shoot a rifle. It's a rifle, right?
Yeah.
It's a rifle. So, there's that. Didn't like it. Wasn't a fan.
She's nervous around guns, but it's important to know for our safety, of course.
It is,
and I use it.
And
for the animal safety.
I know gun safety. I do. Turns out, whoever taught me how to shoot a gun never taught me technically correctly with the vision part of it.
Yeah, she was sitting there bending over. She had both her eyes open, trying to look through the crosshairs. I'm like, what in the heck are you doing?
He taught me, and
it's making her cross-eyed like this right here. She's like that, trying to look through the gun. And I was like,
and I'm sitting there going, I can't see anything. I'm like, I have to put the gun right here at my cheek. He's like, no, you shouldn't be doing that.
Oh my gosh, Unity has a Glock 43.
I don't know what that is.
It's a gun, like the song, I got a Glock in my Rari.
Well, I know what the song is.
Dang, she only needs a Ferrari, and then she'll have both of them. Then she can actually sing the song. Oh, my goodness.
But no, I was wondering with the BB gun, why we got a pig on the run. Pig on the run. Oh, and we stopped running. I don't know what he was running for.
I think that's Peggy.
You think that's Newton. I don't know. I have been having trouble with the BB gun recently hitting things, and,
It wasn't until we took the time to
figure it out.
Well, when you're shooting a real gun, you gotta
be serious.
take time to go through every single itty bitty step. And so when we went through all the steps one by one, I looked and I was like,
Why
are you
are
gonna close? do you normally shoot with two eyes open? And she's like, you're not supposed to? And I was like,
And then when he did tell me to close an eye, I closed my.
Close the eye you're supposed to be looking through. So she.
But that's because I feel like I'm right-handed, but I was supposed to be left-handed. My teachers forced me to do everything right-handed. But I do all the main things with my left hand.
So you're a natural lefty.
I'm a natural lefty, but I write with my right hand. And is somebody stuck?
I'll go check.
It sounds like Lavelle. I haven't seen much of him today. I hope he's not stuck. Maybe check the rabbit or the chick room. hope he's not stuck. Oh, I hear the goats. I hear the goats. So, yeah, I just wanted to pop on and say I'm not going to have a YouTube video, but I figured I'd give y'all a little live. And we can talk a little bit, and I will have that video coming out tomorrow. I'm going to finish editing and then schedule it tonight. I didn't feel like I was going to be able to get it up quick enough and have, like, a quality edit, you know? And so, yeah, I can show y'all what happened. Miss Rita, it didn't happen in the video this morning, but happened yesterday, and then I had a panic attack afterwards. So yesterday just was bad, but I got bit, and it looks like a cornholio bite, but Miss Rita actually bit me. So that was great, and it wasn't anything I did. You know, she's having to be in the stall a little bit more because of...
Will this work?
For what?
The boat? Like, will this make it float?
That's plastic.
And?
If you can confirm you're not going to get us disqualified with that, yes.
I've already talked to my dad about it.
That's what RP was talking about for Under the Little Robot.
Do you think this will float right here?
It's vinyl.
Audience. Vinyl or whatever. Like, I talked to my dad, and he basically said, like, Ellie, just generally make it cardboard. Just don't bring, like, a big hunk of metal out there or anything. Like, you can use other materials vaguely or, like, a little bit. They use some sort of foam that expands after it dries and stuff, like some last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're using it again this year, so it's not like a full checklist. Just be reasonable, essentially, is what he said. So if I were to put a little bit of this to help it float better, then I think it'd be fine.
I don't think it actually would, because when you push down on this, it's gonna sink. This has no, this has nothing sturdy.
I need to look up what materials are buoyant or not. That's what I need to do is read about that.
I don't know. Flex Seal on the outside. We did Flex Seal last year, and I don't know that Flex Seal, yeah, the plastic mat will sink. That's what I was thinking, because in theory, if you just throw it out in the water, it will work. But the minute that you put pressure on it, I think you're going to hurt your cause more than anything.
Yeah.
Because plastic will end up being heavy.
So what's out there? I can cut the cardboard into the shape of a flip-flop easily, but what could I wrap it with besides the flex tape? Like, what could I use that is buoyant?
I
Like,
love that. Plastic is illegal. I'm sorry, you made me laugh.
Plastic's illegal.
Here's the
It's
thing.
illegal in
There's
this
there's
contest.
not really that. Those are some good ideas.
Wooden boat? Well, that'd be a whole wooden boat that would get disqualified for that.
Like,
Like,
I don't know. What did
look,
Kim use on her boat last year?
I don't remember. Like little minor pieces of things would be good, but I can't make it full on wooden or full on. Maybe I could.
Hey. Your dad did this last year, and it's still cardboard, but it helped it float.
What?
You know the little, because look, we have some over there. We have some oatmeal over there. You see that?
Yeah.
Those containers are circular.
Uh-huh.
It goes more pontoon style with those, but you could use those to help float.
Yeah, I see certain materials people are saying are against the rules. Where are they getting this, though? My dad never told me any of this. I asked him yesterday, so I made sure not to break any rules. Where are y'all getting this information, guys? If they have a source that I don't have, then I need to find it. Please tell me.
So the thing about Flex Seal is we used Flex Seal tape last year, and it was so expensive. And I think we spent a lot of money on our boat last year.
Yeah, we don't want to do that again. That was unnecessary, especially for Elle, not for me.
Yeah. Last year's boat race, that was a whole thing. But you know what? We are best at procrastinating, you know? Like, let's be honest, we cannot get anything done way in advance. Oh, Jamie
I hope she
said
comes.
what was legal.
I need to ask her then, I suppose.
Well, I hope she's coming today.
Yeah, I hope so.
Pool noodles are styrofoam, aren't they? I don't know. Pool noodles.
Kinda.
Well, we're going to have to figure this out before Walmart closes.
What time do they close?
At 11 here.
My dad will be here in like a minute or two, at
That's
least.
what you said like 30 minutes ago.
That's what he told me, but I don't know.
That's Texas time for you. Or right up the road is really like 30 to 45 minutes is right up the road. To me, right up the road is 5 minutes down the road.
Hold on, I gotta... Can keep going. Sorry, Lovey.
So, can we talk about Pablo?
We can.
A lot of people are asking, and I just kind of want to... I don't like avoiding the topic on my channel. So let's talk about Pablo. We have not found Pablo. What are you looking at?
It was a funny meme that I saw one time about how. Just talking about Pablo, Lovey.
I have a hard time talking about it. So
I talked about it on my live yesterday.
We haven't found him, but we don't think that he's been got by anything because there are 2 other ducks that are missing with him that he normally hung around with. And those ducks have been known to disappear for a little bit. And so the duck that was on Kim's video looks like Pablo, but it's not, unfortunately, which really sucks because I was really hoping it was him. We are getting the new security system because we have had some dogs around. And also, I think it'll be a good way for us just to sleep better. So he isn't by Kim's unless he's showed up today, you know. Really hoping... Oh, that's a funny meme.
I found it. All right, are you ready? Is this going to make it look backwards or the correct way?
I don't know if it's backwards to them or not.
Is this back?
I don't know.
Oh, no. Oh, turn it around here. Yeah, turn it around. That's how we'll do it.
Country units.
This right here is a meme that I saw how country people tell time, basically.
Right up the road is longer than 5 to 10.
Next door, 1 to 2 minutes. Right up the road, 5 to 10 minutes. Couple miles, 10 to 20 minutes. Not too far, 20 to 50 minutes. A little ways, over an hour. A pretty good drive, 2 hours.
That's seriously Texas time.
That's how we tell time over here.
Measurements.
I think they need a few more seconds to look at this absolute masterpiece. LOL, I live in Texas and I can confirm we use those.
It drives me crazy because my mom will use these.
Okay.
And she'll be like, Schlitterbahn is, you know, just...
Couple miles.
A couple miles. And I'm sitting here going...
Little ways away.
Like Galveston, Schlitterbahn is like 2 hours. So, yeah. But yeah, y'all, nobody has seen Pablo. Hoping he returns.
I felt bad because people thought that he was safe when they saw those ducks at Kim's house. And so I hated to be the bearer of bad news and spoil anybody's peace of mind.
Well, that's another thing, because I saw a comment, and it hurt me so bad. Somebody was like, oh, I can go to sleep now knowing that Pablo's okay.
I can rest peacefully. I've had trouble sleeping.
And I'm sitting here, and I'm
you really
like...
want to go out of your way to tell the truth and just bring somebody bad news and stuff. I was torn about whether to even say anything.
And we know ultimately the truth is what's best, and that's what you deserve to know. But I think we've just kind of taken a few days to really think about how to deliver that without hurting anybody. Obviously, it's going to hurt some people, and it hurts us too because it's thrown an entire wrench in my routines that I don't see him anymore. I would pet him in the mornings, and so it's hard.
I hope he comes back. I mean, I'm sure that
there's no way that all 3 with no evidence of feathers are just completely out of the... You know, I don't think anything happened.
And they've flown away before. It'd be one thing if they never left before. But Pablo's disappeared for weeks at a time, probably twice or 3 times in the past before.
You know, it's something that you kind of have to expect if you're going to have free roam birds. That's the whole reason why I have my Polishes in a pen, because I don't want them to ever run off. That's something you run the risk of when you don't have animals contained. You run the risk of them flying off or running off, and that happens. So that is true. Migration is a bird thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a duck thing.
And they're the barn animals. They all hang out near that storage room over there, and that's where the winds got really strong and the storage room door got blown open. So maybe the wind subconsciously made them kind of fly and migrate somewhere for a little bit.
We'll see.
And the other ducks that were already near a pond didn't have to migrate because there's a pond right there, even though it was windy. Just a theory. I don't know. That was my theory from the beginning.
We're watching, though. I look every day. Every time I go out there, I take a side-by-side, and I stop by on our side of the fence, but I look over at Kim's pond. I watch Kim's videos to see if maybe he's over there. But ultimately, right now, he's not. And, you know, don't stress over it because we don't know. But I have a really good feeling that he's just, you know.
Yeah, Thelma and Louise both went away for a long period. Yeah, we've had many ducks go away for periods of time and come back. There's no telling where they go. I'm surprised so many people thought it was Pablo though, because I heard through the grapevine that Pablo's back. Like he was in Kim's video
That's
today,
what I heard.
so
Hi, Teresa.
I went through and watched the video. I just kind of scanned through it, and I was like, I don't see Pablo anywhere here. And then I went over to Kim's house and asked her, and then she showed me the ducks that she thought was Pablo, and I was like, that's not him. She's like, it's not, and I was like, no, this is him. I mean, I guess it looks a little bit similar, but
I
the other
think.
one doesn't.
Okay, I'm going to say something, and if it's triggering, I'm sorry, but this is something that happens for a lot of women that struggle to get pregnant. They have what's called line eyes. And if you're using like a pregnancy test that's like the lines and not pregnant or not pregnant, I've heard a lot of women get like line eyes and they think they see a second line because one line is negative, two lines is positive, and they get what's called line eyes. And so I'm wondering if a lot of people were having Pablo eyes, you know? Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, it's
like you're very hopeful, and so you almost see.
You're looking for it so closely that anything that slightly resembles it, you're like, yes, that must be it. Okay, feel like kind of. I get that. I think we all get that. Well, I wouldn't say it. Well, I know you're using an example.
Hey, Jamie's here. Go ask about the rules.
Okay.
Go ask about the rules. Go.
Okay.
Quickly. On delay. He's going to ask about the boat rules. Have you ever had earthquakes? Sorry, I'm just watching. So we haven't had any earthquakes here, but I do think Houston is on like a huge fault line. So there's that, but we've never had earthquakes. We've had hurricanes, we've had tornadoes. What else have we had? Flash floods, bad flooding, obviously. Tropical storms, you know. All those things. Loveland, honey. Kitties are being so quiet. It's nap time right now. But yeah, y'all, we are so last minute. I mean, an inactive fault line, yeah. I was reading something that said that one day, like, I think, not in, like, the near future. No, never snow, John. Never. Okay, we get some snow. I was talking to Teresa about this the other day. We get snow and sleet, but not, like, snow, you know? Oh, yeah, Yellowstone's overdue. I don't want to talk about that. Scares me so much. That is like a genuine fear of mine. Is I think the closest volcano to us is Yellowstone. Where is Yellowstone? I said lion eyes, not lion eyes. Where's Yellowstone at? It's like on the map. It's if you're looking at the map like this, it's that way. I don't know what state it's in. But my geology teacher, my sophomore year of college, was telling us that if it ever erupted, Houston would have damage from it, and it would be in the form of, like, debris. Wyoming? Is it Yellowstone? What's another one of the... What are some other volcanoes that are... It might be Yellowstone. I don't know. There's a volcano that's overdue, and it just scares me that is there a volcano? There's not a volcano in Texas, but there's one in a couple states over. Is it Old Faithful over in that area? That sounds familiar. Something like that. There's a volcano, and my geology professor says the farther, like, you want to be closer to a more recent eruption because you can never really predict it. Wyoming, see, I'm bad at geography, so I couldn't even tell you where Wyoming's at. But I am, after going through a geology class, I'm not terrified of volcanoes. You know, I can do the whole tornado thing. I can do the hurricanes. I've stood out during Hurricane Ike in 2008. I was 8 years old, but me and my friends were out playing on our swing set in the middle of the eye of the storm. So that tells you where we were at. But volcanoes and tsunamis. Luckily here we don't have tsunamis, but volcanoes scare me. Wyoming is near the Canada border. It's scary. It's so scary, and that's the thing. Austin has an extinct one, because the closer you are to a recent eruption, the safer. But the farther out you get, that's kind of when it starts to get unpredictable. You know, I used to be into the kind of geology stuff and like what causes the volcanoes to happen, and the plates, the tectonic plates and all that, the shifting of those plates and how it happens. There's different types of movement in plates. There's convergent, divergent, and transform boundaries, and all of those impact different, what are they called? Natural disasters. And the plates that actually go like this, I think it's convergent. Convergent is when two plates come together and they go up. That creates a volcano. Divergent is where they divide together and one goes in the other. And when it bounces back, it creates an earthquake, which actually creates the tsunami, because when you have earthquakes, tsunamis can follow. And then there's transform boundaries, where they move like this against each other, and I think that's where fault lines are created. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. That was from a long time ago. I really like to learn, and I really like to have more knowledge, but after that entire geology class, there's two things that I learned. I do not like learning about rocks, and I do not like, natural disasters anymore. I don't like learning about that kind of thing. I used to think it was really intriguing, but then now I'm just scared, because we would watch documentaries on all of the natural disasters, and it's really scary. You do learn to respect Mother Nature. You really do. It makes you realize that there are a lot of things that are bigger in this world than you are. And it's definitely scary. It's so scary. I cannot imagine having like a threat of volcanoes around me. That just scary. You've never been in a tornado, Unity? I've never been in a full-on tornado to the point where I've heard like a freight train. You know, that's what it sounded like I knew what I was talking about. Just going off of basic memory. I don't know if I'm totally right. But we've never been in like a full-on, you know what? There is a tornado that went. Hi, Connor.
Is Ellie in here?
He's over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's outside. Sorry, Connor came in. So, sorry, I'm trying to think of what I was just saying. I remember one time we were in a tornado that went over us. Me, my mom, and my dad were driving somewhere. I don't remember. I think we were going to Austin or coming home from Austin. And we had to get under a highway and sit under the highway in our car, and it came over the car or over the highway. And I just remember my dad had to get out and go to the bathroom. And what I remember from that is it being very loud, my dad having to get outside, to go to the bathroom, and there was a skunk that got angry when he got out, and it sprayed the area, but not my dad. I remember that. I could have totally made that up in my head, but for some reason that's like a very vivid memory, so I don't know. There was another time, like, we've been in tornado warnings. There was one time in College Station. It was the night before my math final. It was my last final. It was finals week of my freshman year of college, and we were having severe winds, but I never got a tornado warning. And as I'm driving to Walmart, which was like 10 minutes from my apartment then, mind you, in that apartment I was on the 3rd floor, and we were a corner unit, so windows on every part of our house, of our unit, except for the bathrooms. And I did not get the tornado warning until I was on the road to Walmart. And I thought that it was weird. The sky was very green. And I was like, this is really weird. And I get into Walmart, and everybody's talking about this tornado because I had to go to Walmart for a calculator. I had to have a certain calculator. I could not have a graphing calculator because for the test we were taking, you could get the answers easy from the graphing calculator. She wanted to use a regular scientific calculator that has basic functions. And so I had to go get that. And active tornado warning. Then I get a call from my apartments because they sent out a designated call to everybody. They're like, if you're on the top floors, if you can make it, go down to the lower floors and try to stay safe there. If you can make it to the leasing office, do that. Sit in the bathtubs, anything. So that was my other tornado experience. But other than that, I can't think of when I've actually, like, seen a tornado. Hi, Stormy. You come see me? Oh, she doesn't want to see me. She does not want to see me. I would love to have a skunk. But I know they're wild animals, and there's kind of a line there at some point. My mom would love to have a possum. She has one that shows up, and every now and then the possums will show up in her garage, and she's actually touched one before. An hour in the bathtub. Natural disasters scare me, y'all. They scare me. I will take the heat. I will take that and be glad about it. Possums scare you. So here's the thing. Possums, their bites can hurt. Like, they won't give you rabies. They can't carry rabies. So because of their temperature, the temperature they sit at, they can't carry rabies. The only thing with... Were you going to say something?
No, go ahead, Larry.
The thing with possums is once they get to be about 2 years old, they can carry a different disease, but most possums don't make it to 2 years old. They normally die before that. Did you find out the rules?
Yeah, Jamie said the same thing that my dad said, is that just standing, sitting, or kneeling, and just generally cardboard. Mm-hmm. I think people are probably, it's probably true that Jamie mentioned that on the live at first, but I'm sure that was a long time ago, maybe even a year ago, and they probably changed their mind since then.
What active volcano is closest to us?
Mount St. Helens or something?
That one's way up north, isn't it?
Yellowstone?
It's Yellowstone. We were talking about Yellowstone.
Yellowstone's directly up, and Mount St. Helens is in
What is the one that's that way?
Mount St. Helens.
Where is it? Wyoming?
No, Washington or Seattle.
That's up.
Yeah, top left.
I'm talking. Isn't there one in New Mexico?
Not that I know of. I mean, there might be one, but I know Mount St. Helens is top left of our country, and then directly above us is Yellowstone.
I was telling them my fear of volcanoes. I don't even know if you know my fear of volcanoes.
No, you never told me.
Oh my gosh, I'm terrified of volcanoes. There's whatever volcano is closest to us. My geology teacher told me that, told the class that we would get debris damage from it. Did you find Connor? He was looking for you.
Yeah. They already left.
What?
Yeah, they came for 5 minutes. Yeah, there was this TV show I used to watch. It was called, they made it like a long time ago, like 10 Ways the World Will End or something like that. And most of it was like hypothetical stuff that would probably never happen, has like a 1 in a trillion chance of happening. But one of the episodes was about Mount St. Helens if it, or Yellowstone if it erupted. And they were saying that like this is the only one that has more than a 1 in a trillion chance of happening. And if it did, then ash would block out the sun for months, and then like vegetation would die. And they talked about all these
Oh, it's
collateral effects and stuff that could happen.
so scary. Oh, it's so scary. Oh, now I'm gonna start to get anxious.
But the thing is though, is that these volcanoes, they go in waves of like.
I know of when they happen.
They're scheduled to erupt every 100,000 million
I know,
years and
but
stuff like that. And so people say like, yeah, we're overdue for one. It could be tomorrow, but when you're dealing with like millions of years, hundreds of thousands of years, a 100-year lifespan for us is so like miniature. It's like a speck, like a grain of sand. And so even if it is overdue, it's still incredibly likely that we're the particular grain of sand that's going to experience it, if that makes sense.
It's still so scary though, because you say that, but then there's the people of, what was that one called? I can't. Pompeii. That was scary. That awful. And what just happened? Oh no, a volcano didn't erupt. It was wildfires, wasn't it? In Hawaii. But Hawaii's had volcanoes that erupt. One erupted not too long ago. I say not too long ago, but it was like a few years ago.
What? A volcano?
A volcano in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, I think I do remember hearing about that.
Yeah. Okay, do you remember basic geology? I want to, they aren't going to care about this, but I told them about it and I want to see if I was right. You know plate boundaries, right?
Yeah.
The tectonic plates. Convergent is together, right? And it goes up and that's what creates volcanoes. Divergent, no.
Divergent pulls away.
Pulls away and creates,
I guess, earthquakes or like little like divots in the
but
ground.
then there's one, well, earthquakes and tsunamis is when you come together and there's like a bounce back when one goes under the other, and the bounce back is what creates the.
They slide, kind of. I forget what it's called.
There's transform, but that's
what it is.
Transform is fault lines.
But there's still the 3 different kinds of boundaries you have.
I don't
Divergent,
know.
Convergent, and transform boundaries.
Converge.
I had to do one honors class in college, and it was geology.
I hated geology. I hated it so much. It was so disrespectful. But my geology teacher came over to me, and I was sitting alone because I'm a lone worker kind of person, and we were doing the whole rock thing. We were looking at minerals. All these dang rocks look the same to me. And he came over and he goes, "How you liking geology so far?" And I was like, "I do not like rocks." I straight up told him that. I didn't have a filter. This was pre-medication. And no. It was after medication because it was my second semester. I had just been medicated. And once I got medicated, I started to not be anxious as much anymore. So I was losing my filter. And he's like, "How are you liking it so far?" You know, he was asking everybody that. Poor guy. I told him, I was like, I straight up told him, I do not like rocks. I don't. I love science, and my preferred area of science is biology. I like life sciences. I'm a big life science person. I really like, specialty-wise, though, genetics.
You'd be a good vet.
I would not. I've got the brain power for it. I don't have the emotions for it. Everybody always says that you'd be a great vet, but I could not be the person to put down somebody's animal. I could not have your animal's life in my hand. I could not do that.
Don't give it pressure.
Not when you're holding somebody's family member.
Yeah.
You going to build your boat?
Yeah, I can go out there and build the boat. You can bring them out if you'd like, even though
Hold
actually
on.
I wouldn't do that actually. But
Why?
all the stuff we have out there, it don't matter. But
Oh, well, my phone's like
all right.
not charged either. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
I love you more. Are you going to use the saw? Or are you just going to cut it?
I'll use the saw.
Be careful, please.
Maybe I'll wait for you before I do it.
Okay.
I'll do something different in the meantime.
I need to do waters anyway. What time is it? I need to do waters. It's watering time. You love the faces I make? Have you seen Dr. Pole? I have seen Dr. Pole. I don't even think I could be a vet assistant or a vet tech. I couldn't, because like when we lost Honeydew, I ended up having to go back up to the vet a couple days later for something. Hi, Lavelle. And I saw Savannah, one of our vet techs, and she was like, she's like, don't talk to me. I can't talk about it. And she knew exactly what I was talking about because I had called Dr. Cochran and told her what happened to Honeydew. And she's like, I can't talk about it. And she was just so sad. And you knew that it affected her too because she had seen Honeydew through all of her appointments. So, you know, that's rough. It's rough. I love animals, but I mean, I'm not going to lie. Every loss we've had here, it just takes such a toll. It does, because they're family. In 1980. What do y'all want to talk about? I've got a few more minutes I can do the live. I need to go out there and re-up everybody's water, and Ellie will do feed up. Did you get Rocky yet? Oh, Unity. Oh, Unity, let me tell you about my story with Rocky right now. I do not have Rocky yet. I intended to have Rocky by now. I fully intended, honestly, I was going to see if I could just take Rocky home with me tomorrow when we go to Longhorn Lester's for the boat races. Yeah, no, that's not happening anymore. So I go outside. It was kind of earlier in the morning the other day to go build Rocky's Run. I ordered it from a different company than I did Hey-Hey's Run because it was a little bit cheaper. And you know what? It's the same size, same make, different company. Probably my fault for doing that. I wanted to cut costs a little bit because chicken runs are not cheap. So I go out there and there's one box. And I thought surely they've just got all the pieces broken up really small. Like, it's not a huge box, but I was like, yeah, this will be fine. That's all there. And so I go out there and I start to try to build, and Lester comes up to me. He's like, what are you doing? It's like, oh, I'm building Rocky's Run. And we were just talking about Rocky. He's like, do you think he's, going to be a problem for the girls? And I was showing him Rocky's Fruity Girls. And I was like, I'm hoping the girls will calm him down. And we kind of both ended up agreeing on that the girls might help a lot. Lavelle, honey, what's wrong? Come here, baby. Come on, Lavelle. He doesn't want anything to do with me. So we were talking, and he goes, wait, is that the run in that one box? And I was like, yeah. He goes, Megan, what about all the big metal poles? How is that all fitting in there? I said, I don't know. I'm assuming it did. It just said it arrived, It didn't say anything crazy about, like, multiple packages or anything. And so Lester's like, okay, you got this. And he left or something. I start to open the box. And the very first thing I see on top is, one, there are no long poles, like the long poles, which you need for the run. You have to have them. I thought they would be broken into little pieces. No. So what I see on the very top is a little card. And it says, this is package B. This order comes with 2 packages A and B. There's no missing parts. Please don't think there's missing parts. There will be 2 boxes coming. Well, I was never notified by Amazon that there were going to be 2 boxes. It only told me there was going to be 1 box. So I go look at my order, and then sure enough, it says, like, on the actual, like, where you buy it, it says that it's a quantity of 2, which is, like, 2 packages. And so I look, and I go to my orders, and it says everything's been delivered. And I'm like, well, I never got a second package. And so then I was angry because I was like, well, now I can't do this. I tried to go through Amazon support, and it was not helping because they couldn't tell me where my package was, And I finally got in contact with the, like, store that I bought it from through Amazon, and they were really nice. They're like, let's track. And they're like, okay, we see that you got package B. Can you confirm that you do have package B? And I confirmed. They're like, okay, it does show that package A got lost in transit. We fully intend on replacing it. Just let's confirm one more time that you've got B and not A. And so they're resending it. But the thing about that is that I don't have a tracking number for that because they're just resending it. It's not like it's going through Amazon or anything. What I was a little bit irritated about is that I was never notified that there were going to be 2 packages on the like actual Amazon thing. Like if you go to your orders, that bothered me. And then that I was never notified that something didn't get delivered. But it happens, you know, mail is finicky. I guess we pay for Amazon Prime. So I'm a little bit more like when stuff goes wrong with Amazon, I'm a little bit more like, okay, but like we pay for Amazon Prime, we pay for quicker and better deals. So I expect a little bit more. So I do not have the package, the second half of the package for Rocky's Run. I have the first half sitting here in my house. And so it just bothered me. We'll see if the material's strong. It should be. It's all made out of the same metal. That is one thing I did look at. I made sure that on the details, the details were similar to what Hey Hey's Run was. And here, let's be really honest. The price difference was like $100. And the other thing I did was instead of Hey Hey's kind of goes like up, like it goes up and then like that and then like that. So it has kind of like a trapezoid shape. And this new one I got is just a straight triangle shape for the roof. So that's also why there was a little bit of a price difference. I didn't really care about how the difference is in the roof. So we'll see. What kind of brand do you feed your chickens? Okay. I'm going to be real honest with you here. With it being so hot and everything, I have just been going for what we can get and just trying to survive. When things start to cool off and I can actually sit out there and look at them and see what they need, I'll do more. But so right now I use just kind of whatever we have. I use Dumar. It's an all flock pellet. Sometimes we do crumble, sometimes we don't. Crumbles are for smaller birds, but sometimes we do crumble. Normally I do an all flock, or there's layer feeds, which I think we use super egg if we do that. It's normally just whatever we have, honestly. And then they get mealworms, but I'm not using my birds for laying. Like my Polish will eventually lay eggs. I'm not using them to like sell them or anything like that. So if they lay eggs, I'm sure me and Ellie will keep them and eat them, but I'm not trying to like make money off the eggs, get perfect eggs or anything. And then Rocky's girls are already laying. They're laying really slow. And I think that's because it's hot. Again, I don't know much about that. What I know the signs if somebody's got an egg stuck, and I watch for that. But otherwise, if we're not like laying a whole bunch, I'm not too worried about that. My intent with my chickens was never to get them to lay or to have an income from them. It was just to have pet birds, honestly. So just have them as my pet birds. And yeah, it's great. The baby chicks are not really chicks anymore. I'm going to have a video coming up on that soon. They are still in the house. And they're going to have to be in the house until it cools off a little bit more. You know, we're still up close to triple digits, so they're just not going to be able to go outside yet. But they're getting bigger. Their little floofs are getting so big. It is so exciting. Hey, what do we feed the chickens?
Do more?
Do more. That's what we feed them. All flock?
Yeah.
Somebody was asking me what I fed, and I said, honestly, right now, I'm not too picky on what I feed, as long as it's not corn.
We do 3 different things. We actually do.
I was talking. Ah!
Oh, sorry.
Ah! Oh, no! I was talking about Hey specifically.
Oh, I've been doing corn for the other chickens because, fun fact, y'all may not know,
Hope likes cracked corn.
she only
yeah.
likes corn. The other day, I saw her walking around. She was kind of like, she didn't look like herself, so I kind of went and looked, and I was like, I mean, they don't have food right now. I usually feed them a little later in the evening, but I was like, I guess I could feed them early. Maybe she's just a little extra hungry. So I go out there, I throw out some of the Do More all flock feed, and she like sniffs it and walks away. And I was like, okay.
That's what
And
you're
then
supposed to eat because that's the turkey, duck, and chicken food.
I get some mealworms, and then I toss them out there. She goes and looks at them and then walks away again, still looking around confused. And so I was like, great. Then I just get the corn, like, why not? And I just throw some corn out there. She looks at it and starts eating it. And I was like, okay, Hope wanted corn. So every day I got to give her corn. So that's the only thing she'll eat.
I think she would probably, we can try I think it's, there's some stuff, it was in that mix that had the sunflower seeds in it. You remember when we had that one time? That kind of has the little bits of cracked corn because those birds, she's not like a regular bird, you know, she's
not like she's not like any of our other birds. She's like a wild bird, essentially.
And that's exactly, they have wild bird feed.
Yeah.
It's just in a different area of Tractor Supply, and they don't have it in bulk. So that's what, you know, because we, you know.
Yeah, ours is like for our domesticated birds, you throw it out and they eat it. But that wild bird feed is like the kind you throw out to attract birds from God knows where.
Or you put it in a feeder.
Yeah,
maybe we could get her a special feeder so that's not getting wasted.
Yeah, it's like something you do to attract cardinals or something, like birds out in the
But you know
wild.
what? That's exactly what it is. It's like an attracting feed.
Yeah.
We do feed songbirds too, and there's doves here too that we feed. I don't know if you know that. I hear them in the morning.
We don't intend to feed them. We just throw it out and they come and eat with our other
They
birds.
do.
And we're like, okay, they can hang out too.
Yeah.
Sanctuary's welcome to anybody.
We are open to anybody. Anybody that wants to come. We have ducks show up all the time.
Ducks come and go.
Ducks.
Pablo's unfortunately on the going end of things.
He's on the
right
go.
now. He's on the go. Show little kitty cats.
I'm really confused. Come here, Lovey. Can you come back? Can you come back? I just want to test something.
Huh.
No, come here. Come sit down. Just come here. I'm a little confused here. Hold on, guys. I got a little test. Can you just sit.
Okay.
Just sit here for a minute. Just sit here, and we're gonna see. Because I got this comment, and I'm a little confused. Would you like to comment on that?
Maybe they mean something different. Maybe they're talking to another commenter. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Get away from my woman.
They're just...
I'm his woman, just so you know. Oh, okay. I didn't even see. Whoa. Hold on. I wanna see if he says something else.
A troll.
You think he's a troll?
Mm-hmm.
This is my man, and I'm his woman.
It's true. That one?
No. That's Prince. He's nice, or she's nice. Prince is nice. Get away from my woman. What a joke.
Who said it?
Ant dog.
Oh.
You're just playing? I don't play that game. I am taken. Engaged. Taken.
No, I don't even know what to say. You're just...
I didn't think you'd like that.
No, it's just... I don't... Yes.
It's creepy.
Just... It is what it is. How people are, I guess. I don't know.
Don't worry. I'm yours.
I know.
And you're mine.
I know.
Do we get our food from Chewy? No. I think sometimes we might get like, I don't know if the Chewy packages are ordered by Jamie or if people send from Chewy. I don't know the whole situation with Chewy. Sometimes we get mealworms from Chewy.
I think it's on the, is it on the wish list? Well, because we've been getting them for years. And so
Chewy?
Least, yeah.
Oh, from Jamie's wish list for I'm a Survivor? I don't.
Yeah, on the website or whatever. We've been getting it for years.
I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. Teresa sends from Chewy.
Ask her how she does it. She'd probably be an example of how everybody else does it too, I'm sure.
Well, it would be just like Amazon, but I don't think Chewy you can
She
send.
goes and like individually shops for the animals.
And then you and then it would just like Amazon.
Oh,
Yeah. So, did you enjoy the WWE pay-per-view last night? I will get there in just a second. Most of our feed we get, where do we get it from? Where do we get it from? I just blanked. Tractor Supply. We get our food from Tractor Supply, but we have a Tractor Supply like 10 minutes from our house, so that's kind of why. Okay, the pay-per-view. Let's talk about it. So yesterday, I had a huge anxiety attack, and I ended up falling asleep before the pay-per-view started. I do know all the results, and I have rewatched it. I've rewatched highlights and clips, so I loved the pay-per-view last night because my favorite faction, did amazing last night. I am more partial to heels or the villains in WWE. I've always been that kind of person that I feel like I'm such a rule follower, and I'd like to think of myself as a good person. So if I was to ever like have an alter ego or something, I kind of enjoy leaning into that kind of villainy aspect in WWE. So my favorite wrestler is obviously Rhea Ripley. She had a title match last night. You know, it was a pretty good match. I think Rhea's just in a kind of different league of her own, and right now, I don't know. I feel like they're taking a certain direction with her title reign, and that's however they're doing it. It was an okay match. It wasn't the best match. I think the best match of the night was the tag team championships street fight. That was really, I live vicariously through them. I get my little bit of joy from them. So my faction all came out, all has gold. My faction, the Judgment Day, they all are holding titles right now. So Damian Priest and Finn Balor are holding the undisputed tag team titles. Rhea Ripley's holding the women's world championship, and Dominic Mysterio is holding the North American NXT championship, but that's just kind of, you know. I did think the street fight was really good. Kevin Owens is wild. And, you know, that's the thing about WWE is a lot of people say they cheated. That's how they won. And, yes, that's how they won, but that's how the villains in WWE work. I mean, we look at Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. That's how that worked. That's a whole nother thing. There's drama with the Bloodline, Jey Uso moving to Raw. I know some of y'all who don't watch WWE, you probably hate this conversation, but we're almost through it. What else do we have? John Cena returned, and he was the host and was a special ref for the Miz and LA Knight's fight. I thought the promos that were cut for that were really good. The match, you know, it went as expected, so it was good. I was disappointed in the Seth Rollins fight, which was the main event. I really kind of thought there would either be a title change or there would be something crazy happen, but there really wasn't. I was kind of let down with how it went, but not every match can be amazing. The very first match of the night was a steel cage match between Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus, and that was really good. I only watched 2 matches fully. I watched that first one, the steel cage match, and then I watched Rhea Ripley's fight, and everything else I was asleep for. I think that was all the matches. I think it was. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It was a good pay-per-view. It was better than SummerSlam, I'll tell you that. SummerSlam to me made no sense. But I guess now SummerSlam makes more sense as the build-up. Good segue. Sorry you had an anxiety attack. Do you get them randomly or usually have a trigger? There's 2 different ways that my anxiety kind of happens. 9 times out of 10, there's always a trigger. Sometimes I get anxious and I don't know why. And that is because my medication maxes masks whatever I'm feeling. So my antidepressants, I'm on a pretty strong dosage. I'm almost maxed out. If I go up one more time, I'll max out that specific antidepressant. You didn't want to tell me this. You taught geology and geography. It's okay. I don't have anything against it. I do not excel in that area of science at all. But so yesterday there was a trigger, and most days there's a trigger. So I'm really triggered by time. I have very strong time-based anxiety. So if I have to go somewhere and I have not left the house in the time I want to, even though I give myself 30 minutes, of buffer room, I still need to be there like 15 to 30 minutes early, or it freaks me out. So time-based anxiety, that's not what yesterday was. Social anxiety is pretty rough a lot of the time. So like events like football games, those are really hard for me. If I'm on somebody else's videos, that gets a little bit hard for me. But on my own and Ellie's, I'm normally fine. I don't know why. I'm trying to think they asked me what some of my anxiety triggers were, and I'm trying to think what are some. Failure.
Guns is the newest one.
That is not an anxiety trigger. Guns is just
money's another one.
Oh, money-based anxiety. Woo!
Time.
I said time. I said social.
Did you move any of my supplies, Levy? Because there's something I'm missing out there.
What are you missing?
It's like this wrap that I had, this almost like food wrap or something.
No, I didn't move anything. I'm sorry, love. I'll be done in a minute and I can help you look.
I was just curious if you knew where it was.
Time. A lot of these, though, my anxiety attacks don't happen as bad as much anymore because I do have the medication. Failure's a huge one. I take failure.
Can't lose, even if it's to a little kid that you need to let
Oh,
win.
Lord. Well, that's failure in two ways. I just don't like to lose in general. But I mean, like, failure is in, like, I had a shortcoming,
Yeah, you get it.
I take it, like, way too personal. And then the last one, which is what happened yesterday, is, it's like a disciplinary thing, isn't it? Like, how would you describe that?
Probably kind of confrontation.
Confrontation, or
It's a combination of confrontation because it's kind of stern voices, and then failure as in, like, you did something wrong. That's why you're being told you did.
Like, I think I'm going to get, like, yesterday I was convinced I was going to get in trouble for something that I did. Like, I was 100% convinced. And there was no way I was getting in trouble. Who was I going to get in trouble with? I'm an adult, It had nothing to do with, like, legal trouble. It's just something that I did outside. And I thought I was going to get in trouble. And Ellie's like, who are you going to get in trouble with? You didn't do anything wrong, And so I'm just sitting there like, no, I'm going to get in trouble. And I was to the point that when it gets really bad, I start to, like, I can show you what I do. Hold on. When it gets really bad, I rock to try to calm myself down. And my hands, I'm constantly, like, with my hands. So that's kind of how my anxiety works. I start to cry. I melt down. I have to feel very confined. So, like, Ellie's like, come sit on the couch with me. And I'm like, no, I can't sit on the couch. It's too open. I don't feel safe. I'm going to go to the bedroom and I'm going to cocoon myself in my blanket so I feel secure. But that doesn't happen that much anymore, That one was kind of an oddball out. I'm pretty sure I've taken my medicine consistently, so sometimes it's just too much and I just drive myself nuts, and that was one where it broke through and it was bad. And so normally after I have the anxiety attack, once I'm able to calm down, I crash. And I told Ellie, I'm sitting here going like, I'm so sorry. I know we were going to watch the pay-per-view. I was going to go to Walmart with you to get the boat supply stuff, but, like, I have nothing to give right now. I feel like I can't do anything. I can't do anything right now. Like, I just feel like I'm just here floating through life right now. And he's like, you need to go to sleep. Like, that's what's going to help. You need to go to sleep. And lo and behold, I went to sleep at this all happened, I think, at, like, 3 o'clock, and I went to sleep at about 5. It took me about 2 hours to really calm down. And I was finally able to fall asleep. And then Ellie got home at about 6, and he brought me McDonald's, because that's also a comfort thing, is if you bring me my comfort food, it helps, because I also needed to eat. That was another thing. And so he brought me McDonald's. He had me get up and eat my McDonald's. Then I went back to sleep. That probably took 30 minutes, and I didn't wake up until about probably 3 o'clock this morning. And that was because he was coming to bed, and we sat and stayed up for about an hour and talked, and then he went to sleep, and I've been up ever since. I did take a nap, but I'm not a fan of weighted blankets. So here's another thing. With the weighted blankets, I do not feel secure. I actually feel trapped because it's so heavy. I feel like I can't go anywhere. I don't want to feel constricted. So I know what helps. I also do a thing. I do it with 2 hands, but I do this to kind of distract myself. I tap. So I tap on all kinds of different areas. I start here, and then I do this. And I tap gently on my eyes. I'll tap my nose. I'll tap my lips. So that's something that can calm me down. I do roller coaster breathing. If it's bad enough, I'll take a Xanax. It is prescribed to me. Let's fully disclose that. I am prescribed that if it's bad enough, but I haven't really had to do that really ever. I've done it once recently, but that was because there was no calming down. But otherwise, I don't really. Sometimes I play a game on my phone, and that'll calm me down because I'm distracted. That's truly how I get out of it, is I have to be distracted first. And I can't be up walking around distracted. Normally I have to distract myself. And then, I normally pass out after that because I'm so exhausted, because it seriously takes everything out of you. But y'all, it is almost 6 o'clock, which means I need to go outside and re-up everybody's waters and do the chicken feed. Talking about anxiety can make you feel anxious. I've always found that it helps me more, and that's because I like to normalize it, that it happens, and sometimes it's just out of your control. You can do your best to avoid your triggers, but sometimes it just happens. But I always enjoy talking about mental health. I'm a huge advocate for talking about it, because it can. Why is there an ant on me? Yeah, I'm a huge advocate for talking about it. I'm always open to talking about it. I am most well-versed in anxiety and depression, but I've been around people that have ADHD and ADD, so I can talk about coping mechanisms for that too, but I don't personally have that. I do have a little touch bit of OCD, but that's a type of anxiety as well. But yeah, guys, on that note, I am going to head outside and do some chores and help Ellie find whatever he needed help looking for, because I'm sure it's not far. I'm sure it's around him, but he just can't find it. So I'm going to go help him look. Are the boat races live? I don't know if they're live. I know they're happening early in the morning. That's what I know. I probably won't go live. We'll probably make a video. I don't know if it's live, though. I do not know. That would be a Jamie question. But yeah, thank you for all the well wishes for tomorrow. I will catch you next time with another video or live. Thank you for all your love and support. Bye, friends.